Hey everyone, my name's Chris and this is my review of Stronglifts 5x5. I've been on the program about 7 months and here's some stats before and after. You can see I gained about 25 pounds or so. My lifts went from 0 to what you see right there. This is my first workout. They recommend starting with no weight on the bar and I really wish I had done that. I thought I knew better, which a lot of people think they know better when they start this program. So everyone who started with weight on the bar has said that they just they wish they had started with the bar, because my lifts would only be better if I had started with no weight on the bar. But to be honest, I was a little embarrassed, So I still didn't have a lot of weight on the bar. I didn't really know what I was doing. You can see I look a little confused. So this was my first bench. I've benched before, but I never, like most people, just kind of messed around in high school, so you could bench the most, which I never could bench a lot, I don't think. But anyway, this program is based on the principle of progressive overload. There's some horrible looking rows. My back is super bent. But based on the principle of progressive overload. So you'll do your 5x5, your 5 sets and 5 reps each set. If you complete that, then you add 5 pounds to the next workout. And if you don't, then you do the same weight until you get that weight. If you failed 3 times, you do a deload. And I didn't think deloads would actually be that good. I kind of thought it was a waste of time, to be honest. I've deloaded twice in my Stronglifts. You can see I had the guy, my buddy, move to get a better shot of my back. This is for a form check. I was having some lower back pain. You can see why right there, hyperextended. But I didn't believe in the deloads. I thought it was a waste of time. I deloaded twice. One was after I had taken like a 2-week break, and in the beginning, I came back and picked up right where I left off, and it just crippled me. My body was not ready for that. I was too new of a lifter to take 2 weeks off and then jump right back into it. And that's a testament to the progressive overload. You add 5 pounds, your body can stick with it, but if you take a break, a decent break, you're going to have to work your way back in. My second deload was at 350, and I just hit a brick wall. I was going pretty good on my 5x5, I hit 350, brick wall. And I was like, you know what, maybe I'm done with the 5x5, but I did a deload. I actually went for a max at the time, and that video will come up in a little bit. So I went for my max, and then after that I did a deload. And after my deload, I took the 5x5 up to 405, and that right there, without failing 1 rep, I went that far, and that just convinced me beyond a shadow of a doubt that the deload system works. This video is actually a very important video for me, because when you join the Stronglifts Inner Circle, you get a free check, a form check. I don't know if they still do this, but they did when I joined, by one of the guys on staff, and he pointed out the bar is way too low on my back and my back's hyperextended. I was having a lot of lower back and wrist pain. So if anyone's having that problem, you can go back and watch that. You can see you need the bar to be up a little higher on your back, so that you don't want that weight on your wrist. So this is me just, benching. You can tell I don't really know what I'm doing. I look super skinny there though. Here's some more rows. So, the things that really kept me on this program is that it's very simple. You're only doing 5 exercises. And I'm not the type of guy that likes to, waste my time. So, I don't honestly know anything about lifting. I thought I did, but I didn't. I've never been in a gym before in my adult life, so this was a very new experience for me, a very big learning experience. So when you do this program, you realize that it's pretty much a squat program, and don't let that turn you away, because when your squat goes up, everything goes up. The squat's a full body exercise. You can see I'm using my abs here, I'm using my back, I'm using my glutes, my hamstrings, my quads, I mean, you're using everything, even some of your shoulders and your arms a little bit. Higher squat numbers are higher deadlift numbers, you know, you're using like the same muscles. But this right here, this was the first time I went for my maxes. This was in January. This is 340 on my back, and you can see that it's pretty slow going up. I wasn't sure if I was going to get that. That was the first time I had ever lifted a weight that heavy. And these are like the guy that just shook my hand there. This is his place. That's another benefit of the Stronglifts inner circles. Like, I met these guys, the ones that you see on screen here, through this, and we all met up and, you know, just went for some maxes, had a good time, watched the playoffs, NFL. So this here is 365, and you can see I'm a little unstable coming out. I'm not very tight. Just drop down, and I mean, it's an ugly looking squat. But I leave that in here to show you the progress that you'll make when you stick to the program. And here's some pretty ugly benching. There's a lot of what not to do. My chest was a trampoline there. And then I think that was 225. And then this is 245. You see I brought it way too forward, almost dropped it on myself. Failed it miserably. I leave that in just so you can see the progress. You know, I'm not ashamed. That's part of the journey. You know. So this right here is 340 or something. I don't know. I didn't really know where I was at in this point. Like, I had been lifting, stuck to the program for about since September 23rd is when I started, and this is January 6th or 7th or something like that. So, you know, I had really no idea where I was. I was just kind of picking random numbers. One of my buddies, the guy in the black with the black sweatpants, or gray or whatever, we were kind of competing a little bit. He beat me today, or this day. So I was using hook grip. Man, that sucks. I switched to mixed grip because I'm a pansy. I'm not a fan of that hook grip. You see I just dropped the weight. I'm like, ugh, get off me. So, alright, back to the gym. Like, see where you're at and then go back to work. So I did a deload, I believe. I don't remember. I don't remember when I did my first deload. It was right after I came back, so I think it is right now. Yeah, I just done a deload. I don't know how much weight that is, but I had to ask some random guy to film me. That was kind of odd. So you can see I definitely have more control on squatting, because squatting is a skill. I mean, all lift, like heavy compound lifts, are a skill. You need to teach your body the way to do it. It's not really. Well, it's not completely about your strength, because you can be super strong, but if you don't know how to do the lift right, you're not gonna be able to push as much weight as you're capable of. So squatting 3 times a week is key. This right here is 325. I put this in to show, you know, even if you're always gonna learn something. I learned something today in this. It slammed into that safety right there. You know, make sure your safeties are right. So that was kind of funny. And then I just went for it again. This is my 5th set of 325. This was a huge milestone for me mentally. I didn't know if I could get past this. Your mind's gonna tell you can't do a lot of stuff on this program. You're just gonna have to ignore it. So you can see the progress I've made just, you know, doing 5x5. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just squatting 3 times a week, just like the program says. You know, posting my videos on the website, part of the community. I mean, if you're gonna do this program, there's no reason not to join the community. It's the only reason I stuck with the program. And even if I had stuck with the program, if I hadn't had the community, pretty sure I would have injured myself. I was doing some pretty bad stuff that I didn't know was bad, you know, on my squats. This right here, this was the second time I went for my maxes. This is back at my buddy Jeff's garage. This is 405. This probably wouldn't have counted in a meet, but it counts in the gym. And that was a grinder. I was pretty pumped I got that. So that was another big milestone for me. Pretty sure I did a deload after that. That was my second deload. This is the first time I ever used a belt. This and the squat right before it. That's a pretty ugly looking deadlift. Super rounded back, but I got it. That was 430. My deadlift form needs a lot of work. Alright, this right here is 380. my 5th set. And at this point, I was just running on fumes. I didn't know how far I would be able to take the 5x5. I was just... At first you fear failing. You don't want to fail. And then the weight starts to get super heavy, and then you don't want to succeed. You kind of fear success because you know that means the next time you have to put more weight on the bar. So you have to get to the point where you just have no fear and you accept whatever happens. You just give it your best.
Nice, dude. Last one,
And,
come on.
yeah, I think I cut this last one short. Yeah, definitely didn't go all the way down. That happens. There's some bent over rows. I really started to like this exercise. I noticed a major difference on my bench when I really dedicated to this. At first I was I didn't really focus on it too much. I kind of just rushed through this, but it's actually a super effective accessory exercise for your bench. And this right here is the heaviest I went on 5x5, and this is my 405. This is the 5th set. I don't know if you can see, there's a little crowd of people watching. There's probably some of the same people that were making fun of me. No, they weren't making fun of me, I know these guys, but some people had walked up to me and told me that they kind of made fun of me when I first started squatting because of the weight I had on there, but you gotta ignore those people. You know, it's not about where you're at, it's about where you're going. So this was a grind. You can see I got some knee sleeves, that just helps keep my knee warm. But, I mean, I just repped 5 times. Well, I did 5x5, 405, which is, you saw how that was pretty tough for me earlier. That's just a testament to the program. And this right here is a walkout. I was preparing for a powerlifting competition, and I just heard these were good, so I went ahead and did a walkout. I thought this was 500 pounds, but it's actually 495 because I didn't put 2.5s on each side. Just kind of tells your body what heaviness really feels like when you rack it. So this right here is my bench max. So you can see the improvement I've made. Before I was struggling with 225. You see how controlled that is. I mean, it was slow. Don't get me wrong. These aren't like super impressive numbers, but you can see the improvement in a pretty short period of time. You know, if you stick to the 5x5, you will get stronger. And this here is the that competition I was talking about. The Stronglifts Inner Circle does an online powerlifting competition each year where you film your lifts and submit them, and it's just a really fun. It's just a great time. Like, a bunch of us got together, but I think about 11 of us, and just met up at the garage and just had a great time. And this right here is 425. At this point in the program, 425 was... I had done that for a triple earlier. I felt like I could have got 5 reps of that. This right here is 450. I only really wear belts when I do my maxes. I don't know if that's good advice, but I like to train without it. I mean, I never had an issue up until this point. I'm still kind of a new lifter though, so this one right here is 477.5, and the reason it's 477.5 is because one of my friends here had just hit 475, so I had to add some fractional plates so I could outdo him. So, oh man, that was a grinder. I had to hold on to the bar for a little bit after this, seeing stars, pop some blood vessels in my face, and that's not a lie. Alright, this right here, I decided to just deadlift the same numbers that I squatted. I knew if I could squat it, I could deadlift it. So that's 425. That's the guy in the background right there. He's the one that squatted 475. Super strong guy. I think he deadlifted 580 today, or this day. This is 450. See, my back's just kind of rounded. Don't use my deadlift as a form guide. It's not good. My background's pretty good on this one. So, I mean, you can see the progress that I've made on this program. I don't take supplements. I took creatine for like the first 3 months of my workouts. This is just another side angle of that squat. This is a big mental thing for me. I was super pumped I got this. But I don't take any supplements. I take whey protein every now and then for convenience, but it's not necessary. I stopped taking creatine, not because I'm against it. Man, it's such a grinder. But I was having trouble drinking enough water, to be honest. So I just cut it out. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions about this program, this is the first video I've ever made. Kind of rambled. So if you guys have any questions, or if there's anything I didn't answer, definitely hit that up in the comments or message me, or however it works. You know, if you join the Stronglifts Inner Circle, I'll be in there. Go ahead and add me as a friend. You know, we can go through this journey. So appreciate you guys watching the video, and have a good one.